Welcome to D-Mod Garage. We're back on the 57 Oval Ophelia, and in this episode we're going to be getting some stone guards sprayed on it and some other things. Last episode we were doing some work on the fuel tank over there and other bits and pieces. So what you can see now, you can see I've flipped it upside down. We've gone and put the whole thing into plastic, and these areas are where we're going to be spraying our stone guard. I'm also going to do that section there and also up under here in this section as well. So this all gets done, these get done, and that's pretty much it. So we've just tried to tape up. I'll just get a bit more tape on this and just make sure that the air pressure doesn't blow it all off. And that too, we'll have to put some material over that. Anyway, the stuff we're using is, now this is a different one. I've used water-based versions before, and I didn't like the fact that you're introducing water to the panel, and sometimes you'd get these little rust bleeds coming through the material, which was a bit weird. Now this one here, it's white. They say it's better for 2-pack base coats. So anyway, we're going to try it. I've never tried it before. I've got a few cans of it. We're going to use that on the inside of the guards as well. This is my gun. That goes in there like that, and off we go. So wax and grease remover, that's all been done already, and these things are ready to shoot. So I'll just clean up that back bit quickly with the plastic, and let's get this thing painted up. Righto guys, we've flipped it back over, and you can see, yeah, what happened with it, it wasn't quite mixed up, because it's actually a cream colour and it was coming out white. So I thought I'd mixed it really well, but obviously not enough. Anyway, once we got that sorted, you can see that's all done. Obviously the guards are going to be going over that curved part, so you won't see any lines or anything. All done underneath as well. So one more bit ticked off. I definitely like this product better than the water-based one. It just goes on thicker. You know, you can hide a lot of little imperfections in the panel. So let's keep moving on this thing. It's the next day, and I've gone back over the entire body with another coat of primer. This one's a surfacer. It's white instead of grey. This is pretty much now, we've got a couple of bits of yellow tape. Again, just a couple of little tiny imperfections. Nothing really crazy. You can see there just a little bit of a weirdness going on that edge there and there. That one's got a little bit of a little spot that needs a bit of putty there. There's a tiny little dip just here that I didn't get out, so we'll fix that up. Another little, really tiny things. Like I said, just gone over the inside of it. Dashboard, little imperfection in that corner. I decided to actually debarb the rear. I was going to run the tar boards on it, and then I decided not to. I think it just looks better being shiny blue. So I cut off all the barbs and all the prongs that were sticking out here, and just refinished that back section just to make it look a little bit nicer. So that's done too. So realistically now, the next stage forward with this is 400, and then we're going to go 600 wet and dry, and that'll be the final stage before we apply the blue. I'm going to leave this for a few days before I start sanding it, and now I'll take my focus to the bonnet, the front guards, the volants, and a couple of all the little bits and pieces like the Pope's eye and the glove box lid and all these stuff. We're still waiting on gel coat, a tooling gel coat to come for these rear guards so that I could take a mould off them. That's probably going to hold us up because the company said it's going to be probably the end of the month, so we've got to wait for that. I will block these back and get them close to or shiny as I can. Actually, I might even just coat him in a different colour for now. I'm not going to spray him blue because I don't want to waste the blue. And then we can get some mould. Once we've got moulds off them, then I can quickly get them prepared and they'll be ready to go. So yeah, that's the update so far with this one. So we'll keep going and persevere. Guys, we're going to change our focus over to the doors. These still need to be blocked back in 180, and then obviously go through 240, 320, yeah, right down to 800. We're going to do these. Now, I can see quite a few deep scratches. I'm not sure if the 180 will actually take them out. We'll see. I'm going to put our powder on. Okay. All right, go and get me mask. Well, let's have a bit of a look-see and what we can see here. So definitely some lows through here and here, and some fairly deep scratches through this stuff here. So we might have to rectify that, maybe just go a heavier grade, go up to a 120 and see if we can get that out. And something's probably not too crash shot just here either. So the rest of it feels pretty good. But definitely, yeah, no, there's definitely something going on and down here as well. Right, just in this area here. And you can see a bit of bare metal just there as well on the edge. So we're not there yet with that one, unfortunately. Might just block this a little bit more here and see how we go. So yeah, a little bit more work on the doors. Okay, so we'll give this another coat of high fill and I think we should be okay. It's pretty much got most of the bumps and lumps out, so let's continue.
A few moments later.
I've had to go back over the doors again because I wasn't happy with them. There was just some really slight waves in them, and once I put the prep sole on them and looked into the shine, I was like,
Yeah? No.
that's not going to cut it. So I've basically just blocked them all back in 180 and gone back over them again. You can see this sort of lighter filler is where the imperfections were on both of them. So, I mean, it's really light, not anything in it. You can just pick it up in the light. So I was like, nah. So they're going to have another coat of high fill. I've started on the front guards. I've actually bolted them onto the car, and you can see this one got blocked back in 180, found a dip and a couple of little dips in the front there. So again, going back over that one. That one is in high fill, and again back to 180, and we'll see what that looks like once I block it back. So yeah, a lot of work. That still needs to be done in 180 as well, and I bet you there'll be problems in that. And then of course I'm still doing the doors and that monstrosity up the top there too. So we're at the same stage with both of them really. I'm going to paint the Beetle first. I think it's going to be easier for me to get it out of here once it's painted than trying to do the single cab. And also with that, I've had to send the spring plate splines away to get them remanufactured into adjustables. So at the moment there's no suspension on this at all, so I can't even move it. Anyway, let's keep going. We'll persevere with these doors. Righto, so the doors, I've got to do a little bit more touch-ups. You can see where I've sanded through in a few spots, which is rather annoying when that happens. Unfortunately, that's, yeah, you can see here, once you burn through the metal, well, you've got to mix up some more primer and keep going back over it. Now, I did play around with this guard off camera, and of course I found problems with it down in this corner here, and it wasn't right. This section here was just, you run your hand over it and it just didn't feel the same as the other side. And I did borrow this profiler off Oven Boy, and it was perfect because you could actually just plonk it in there, check it off the other side, and you could see that it wasn't 100%. So I've gone back over it. Of course, now I had a couple of little issues here and here that I had to put some more filler on, so I'm just waiting for that to dry a little bit further. Then I can block those back and then give this another coat of high fill And of course, I'm running out of high fill. I'm running out of everything, actually. I've got to go back to the supply shop and get some more stuff. So what I'm doing now is the engine lid. And, you know, you have a look at it and it looks pretty good. This has got coats of high fill, but already I can see some deep scratches here. And there is also a little tiny dent right there. So I'm going to have to put filler in that. But also I want to see... I can feel a dent on that already right there, so there's a problem. We're going to block this back in 180 and see what other issues pop up, because I reckon there will be more. Yeah, see this side here feels really good, and I can see already there's a big high spot right there. So anyway, let's block it back and see what happens after it. Righto, so I'll just show you something. This is what happens if you don't... So there's clumps here, and that's just the primer clumping up on the sandpaper. If you don't remove this and you keep sanding, that is obviously not going to make contact. It's going to be high, and you're going to end up with just all sorts of weirdness happening, scratches and stuff. So you got to get that stuff off. That's why I keep using the compressor. Blow the air over it, and you'll see it'll clean it off. And then you end up with clean sandpaper again. So you got to just keep doing that, otherwise it'll clag up on you. Yes? What's the problem? We've got the quality control expert here. What, you want to come and check my work? What's the problem? What? What is it? What do you want? Let me keep working. All right, so I can see a couple of issues already. There's two low spots here, one there. They're going to need filler. You can actually see the patchwork of the filler underneath the primer. So I've just got to keep blocking that back. And where was the other one? And then, yeah, giant high spot over here, which this is going to need you can see already it's starting to blow through. We're going to knock that down. So might as well get onto that with a hammer straight away.
2,000 years later.
Okay, let's have a bit of a look at this engine lid. It did give me some troubles. Now, what I did do in this section here is just, I gave it a tap with a hammer and then filed it. And I don't think, probably just needs a little bit of filler, probably not even really. The high fill will probably take care of it. There was a big low, or a big high here I should say, so knocked it down. The rest of it's pretty good. We've got that one spot here that we've got to take care of, a bit of filler in that. Unfortunately, I can't get to the other side of it to tap it out, so. But the rest of it is looking pretty good, pretty flat. What you'll find when you're working on these things, as you go down through the grades of sandpaper and you get finer and finer, that's when you'll pick up more imperfections in the panel that you've got to go back over. So generally 180, you want to have everything level and flat. And then once you get to 320, then it's just really just taking the scratches out. So I don't know how I missed this one because it was rather a big high. right in this spot just here, but you couldn't see it on the other side of the panel, which is weird. Anyway, we'll finish this off, then we can sand. We've got this little section here to sand this back. Yeah, that's ready to go now, so we can sand that back and then get another coat of primer on these, grey primer. And then once the grey's done, then we can just go back over it and get it ready for the surfacer before paint and go from there. All right. Righto, guys. We are ready to spray the final white surfacer on the doors and the engine lid. You can see I've got them hung up. We've got a crappy day outside. It's raining off and on all day, so I can't risk painting them out there on the rack, so I've got to do it in here, which is sort of annoying, but anyway, we'll get them done. So you've gone back over all these again, so they're ready to rock and roll both sides. When you're hanging doors and stuff, make sure you've got some sort of a brace at the bottom, otherwise they'll just start swinging in the wind as you put your air through the gun on it. So you can see here, these are rigid, they're not going anywhere. We'll get some paint mixed up quickly and paint these suckers up. Oh, let's get it done. All right, we'll let that thing flash off. All right, let's have a bit of a look-see now that everything's flashed off and kind of dried. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I don't see any issues. The engine lid was my only concern, especially in that area there, but it looks like that's come up no problems at all. We'll just have a look at the back sides. I mean, really, you're only going to see this section here, so that's fine. Same with this here. All right, that will do that. I will let this dry. The next stage now for these is going to be to sand those in 320 and then go down to 600 all the way down through the grade. So my big issue now is room. I've got nowhere to put things. It's like this. I'm going to have to start clearing out some stuff out of this corner because we're going to need... Let's just turn this off. We're going to pretty much need all that real estate too. So the welder, the Black Mamba Penrose motor for my single cab is under that. I don't know when I'm going to have time to put that in here, but that's another job. And there's a couple of motors on the ground down there. There's a barn door motor, two 36s there. We're just going to have to, I don't know, put them under a tarp outside or something for now. And then as soon as we get the spring plates for that thing, I can get that back on its wheels, and then we can wheel that out of here, set the booth up in here, and then put the Beetle in the booth and get spraying. So first things is going to be all the inside surfaces. So obviously inside here will get painted, inside the dash and all that. So we'll just have to tape up the outside of it so that doesn't get paint. But yeah, exciting times, but unfortunately we're coming into winter. It's getting cold outside now, and like I said, it's been raining off and on today, which is really annoying. So I wanted to try and move some things out. And I just got sort of chasing the weather now. Anyway, that will do it for this episode, guys. Thanks again for the new subscribers, and we'll see you on another episode on the 57. Yo.